I don't exist. So they're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building.
This one is wild.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't.
Jim Carrey don't usually hold back, but this time, right there on Joe Rogan, he started talking about the powerful people who tried to shut him up after he began exposing what the internet's piecing together old interviews, strange moments, and things Jim's hinted at for years. And if there's even a little truth behind all.
Jim Carrey has never been known for staying quiet, but this time, during his appearance on Joe Rogan, he began speaking about powerful figures he claims tried to silence him after he started revealing what he believed was happening behind the scenes. The way he delivered those words instantly made people look at Hollywood from a completely different perspective. As soon as the interview started spreading across the internet, everyone seemed to be asking the exact same question. Who could have been so determined to keep him from speaking? Now people online are revisiting old interviews, unusual moments, and cryptic comments Jim has made over the years, trying to connect every missing piece. And if even a small part of those claims turns out to be true, it's easy to understand why someone might not have wanted those stories reaching the public. For years, audiences laughed whenever Joe Rogan talked about Hollywood changing celebrities behind closed doors. Many dismissed those conversations as wild theories, internet rumors, or famous people supposedly losing touch with reality after years in the spotlight. But now, with Jim finally opening up, people across the internet are looking back at certain celebrities through an entirely different lens. During his conversation with Joe Rogan, Jim Carrey made bold claims and described what he believes happens when someone refuses to go along with the system. The discussion struck a nerve, sparked intense reactions online, and now everyone is waiting to see what, if anything, comes to light next.
But you're really foolish if you don't believe in conspiracies.
Yeah.
Because just how many of them have to be proven true before you go, maybe I should reassess my position on these things?
That's 62 years after the JFK assassination, and we're
Right.
still learning new information.
I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes.
This is what I hate,
but hold
because
on,
then
let
it's
me
like,
finish
Candace,
what
you
I'm
have
saying.
to have a formed opinion on everything.
No, you don't have to have a formed opinion on everything. What you do have to have is the ability to know when you don't know what the you're talking about.
But I just said that. I said that to you the entire time. I said this would. I said I don't believe it. And then you asked me, and I said this wouldn't be the hill I chose to die on because I don't. I don't.
Now, before we dive deeper, if you've been catching them whispers, you already know Jim's been carrying himself different for quite some time now. One moment, he's that wild, unpredictable comedian bursting with chaotic energy. The next, his voice drops low, distant, almost detached, dropping warnings about fake identities and people completely losing themselves inside the industry machine. Jim's been pulling back the curtain, revealing how Hollywood doesn't simply create stars. It dismantles them, swaps them out, or pressures them into vanishing entirely. Word is Jim witnessed that machine firsthand, up close and personal. The rituals, the control, the quiet way it swallows people whole and spits out something else. So when he started distancing himself, speaking on spiritual matters, mocking the entire celebrity circus right there on red carpets, people assumed he'd finally cracked. But really, Jim was fighting to break free before that same machine consumed him completely.
This one is wild.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
You don't.
They're
I mean,
celebrating.
you got to admit, it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy,
icons?
that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful...
Now, hold on right there, because this really hits different when you stop to consider just how abrupt it all felt. Jim Carrey went from reigning as box office royalty to appearing utterly emotionally drained, worn thin in ways nobody expected. Interviews surfaced where he sounded like a man who'd glimpsed behind the curtain and wasn't thrilled with what he found waiting there. Jim's been connecting the dots on exactly how this industry truly operates underneath it all. Closed door environments, powerful hidden networks, pressure intense enough to break people down mentally. The same brutal way other celebrities allegedly got handled once they started speaking too loudly. Take Kanye West sounding alarms about handlers, vanishing from the spotlight, then resurfacing noticeably different. Or Gucci Mane, walking in one version of himself and emerging looking completely transformed, almost unrecognizable. The pattern stays painfully clear throughout. Speak your truth out loud, disappear from view, then return as someone else entirely.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
Things take an even darker turn once Jay-Z's name enters the conversation, as Jim allegedly suggested that Jay-Z was among the powerful figures connected to the circles he believes work to keep people silent. Before jumping to conclusions, it's important to remember these are allegations and online claims, not established facts, and we're simply covering what's being discussed across the internet. According to those claims, Jay-Z has been linked by some commentators to an elite network that supposedly doesn't welcome celebrities who begin questioning how the industry operates. Jim allegedly hinted that certain influential people use power, connections, and behind-the-scenes pressure to keep uncomfortable conversations from reaching the public. Supporters of these theories often point to past rumors surrounding Aaliyah, along with long-running speculation about Beyoncé's career, suggesting those situations reflected how powerful gatekeepers allegedly maintain control. None of these claims have been verified, but they continue circulating online and remain a major topic of debate. Jim allegedly described a system where stepping outside the expected rules comes with consequences. According to these allegations, anyone who refuses private gatherings, secretive circles, or unquestioning loyalty could find themselves pushed aside or silenced. Jim supposedly witnessed enough of that environment to distance himself before it consumed him completely. People like Jaguar Wright have also spoken publicly with similar accusations over the years. Some internet discussions claim Aaliyah rejected Jay-Z and chose to remain independent before her tragic plane crash in 2001, which was officially ruled an accident. Even so, Jaguar Wright and others continue to argue that the timing raises unanswered questions, fueling speculation that Aaliyah's absence cleared the way for Beyoncé's rise, claims that remain unproven and heavily disputed.
Maybe Aaliyah's family will be held accountable for what they turned their heads to. And maybe Hype Williams will be charged for conspiracy to commit murder. It's time to talk, Hype. It's time for the public to ask you why Aaliyah couldn't get on Lenny Kravitz's plane. And you had to put her on that clown car plane. Who asked you to say that? And do yourself a favor before you make any statements. Please remember, I was the dog shot a little ex, your apprentice.
Yesterday, I have very little time, so I need to know ahead of time, should I get a bridesmaid dress ready for your wedding with Jay-Z? Are you marrying Jay-Z?
I'm not engaged.
You're not engaged?
I'm not. It's a big fat rumor.
It is, but do you think it's a possibility that you will be engaged?
Jim allegedly recognized the same pattern and chose to slowly step away from the spotlight before it completely consumed him. Many fans point to his appearance at the César Awards, saying something about him felt noticeably different. They described his smile as strained, his expression unusually distant, and his eyes carrying a level of exhaustion that left people wondering what he had been through. According to online speculation, Jim was trying to send subtle warnings before the version of him the public had always known disappeared from center stage. These interpretations remain unverified, but they've continued fueling conversations across social media and conspiracy forums for years. The discussion grows even more controversial when people bring up celebrities like Avril Lavigne. This is one internet theory that simply refuses to fade away. Some online users have long claimed, without evidence, that Avril was replaced by a lookalike named Melissa after becoming one of the biggest stars of the early 2000s. Supporters of that theory point to what they believe are changes in handwriting, vocal tone, personality, fashion choices, and even facial features as supposed clues. Avril has publicly denied these rumors, yet every few months the theory resurfaces, with many people online continuing to debate it as if the original story never truly ended. Then there's Britney Spears, whose very public conservatorship became the center of worldwide attention. Fans watched the emotional struggles, the highly publicized breakdowns, and her repeated efforts to speak openly about her situation. Those events have led some people to draw comparisons with other young stars, claiming they too were pressured or controlled after reaching fame. Joe Rogan has discussed Britney's case on multiple occasions, questioning how her situation unfolded and why it lasted for so long. Britney herself has also spoken publicly about feeling controlled and asking to have her voice heard, adding even more fuel to ongoing conversations surrounding her life and career.
2006 and it's been replaced by an Android clone. Well, that's at least what some fans are saying. And no, it's not just this change in music style and appearance. Not completely anyway, because this viral clip has been doing the rounds again.
Marshall Mathers. Some of you may know him as Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday Night crew with our music intro starting next Saturday night. But folks, I want to take you to the...
Notice something a bit odd with that? If not, here's another go.
Stay out of my head.
So people are saying that this fake Eminem is actually just a clone and that the real Marshall Mathers died in 2006 in a car accident.
Jim allegedly recognized what he believed was the same system and made the decision to stop playing by its rules. He hinted at hidden circles, control, and an industry that, according to his perspective, reshapes celebrities who become difficult to manage. Jim presented it as something far different from simply losing his mind. In his view, he was stepping away before the pressure could completely silence him. These remain claims and interpretations, not verified facts. This story isn't just about one comedian speaking out during a podcast. It's about a much larger conversation that many people online continue to have regarding how Hollywood treats its biggest stars. Some believe the industry rewards obedience, protects its most influential figures, and pushes aside anyone who challenges the status quo. Those allegations have never been proven, but they continue to spark debate across social media. Supporters of these theories argue that Jim's comments about Jay-Z and other powerful industry figures fit into a broader narrative they've connected with remarks made by celebrities like Kanye West and others who have publicly criticized the entertainment business. Whether those connections are meaningful or simply speculation remains heavily disputed, but the discussion refuses to disappear. According to these online theories, the system always finds ways to protect itself while the people willing to speak out are left carrying the consequences. Jim's alleged warnings have only made that conversation louder, with many believing more people are beginning to question how the entertainment world really operates. Now, the question many people continue asking is this: what if Jim Carrey truly believed powerful figures were trying to silence him for speaking too openly? What happened behind closed doors that ultimately made him step away from Hollywood? And why do so many fans feel the industry protects its biggest names while outspoken voices often face intense backlash? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to click on the next video. It dives even deeper into this controversial discussion.